Well, hello everyone out there in Vlogland. It's been a couple of days. I decided to take a little break last week, and I can't remember what prompted that decision. But yeah, it was just kind of really, I don't know. It was kind of a weird week last week, and I didn't really feel like doing any vlogs. I didn't really have anything I wanted to talk about, so I just took a little break, and I feel okay about that. I probably should have. I wasn't really planning on doing it, but so I probably should have told people, like, yeah, I'm taking a break or something. I don't know that it matters, because like nobody watches my vlogs anyway. So what am I talking about? Like, yeah, why? It would make no difference. But so yeah, so I don't know. I just felt like a break, and now I'm back. And I'm just gonna sort of. This is just gonna be a general sort of rambling video because I've kind of had this weird random dilemma. My old boss wants me to go work at Papa John's, which is where she's working. I guess she's kind of splitting her time between two stores, but they say she's telling me that one of the stores needs the drivers pretty bad, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's far away from where I live, so I don't really want to go all the way out there. And the other thing is, I don't know that I'm eligible for rehire, because they did fire me back in 2011. And to their credit, they were very professional about, at least the guy who did it was one of the district managers. He was very professional. He was very, gracious about the way he did it. But he did do it, so I don't know that I'm eligible for rehire. On the other hand, that was 5 years ago. Maybe they're over it. So, I'm not really dying to go back to Papa John's, but it was good money. I mean, the money was better than what I'm doing here, and I'm kind of drowning right now. Just kind of like, yeah, I'm drowning. Like, I've got bills that I need to pay, and I'm like just saving my credit card. I think I am actually going to get away with not paying rent with a credit card this month. I think so. That'll be nice. So that may be next month that we do that. But I just, like, I don't know, the whole thing just, and I'm just, you know what, fuck this. What did I do to myself here? Okay, yeah, I fucked myself, alright. God damn it. Yep, I completely fucked myself. So, yeah. What was I saying? Sorry, I'm getting distracted now because I made the sad mistake of coming up this street that sometimes there's construction on and sometimes there isn't. Like, sometimes they're lying and it's fine, and other times it isn't. But this is the most direct route home. Anyway. So yeah, Papa John's. There's a whole lot of reasons that I don't want to go back there, and there's a whole lot of reasons that I do. And the most obvious reason is money. Because, like, I made $32 today. Not bad, but I promise you anybody working at Papa John's made more, I would really, 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 really like to get back up to the point where I'm doing $100 a day. And, because I wasn't, like Domino's, I was probably, like, if I worked a 5-day work week, I'd probably go home with like $350 in tips and mileage. So between that and salary, I was easily pulling in $500 a week. And I need to get back there because I'm just broke and I'm poor. And I have things coming up, like, for one thing, my car lease is up in January. So I would like to have some money saved up for a down payment, even if I decide to just buy the car outright, which I probably will. It's been a good little car. But, I'd like to have a little bit of money to put down to do that with. And right now, I don't. I have like $100 in my savings account, and that's it. So things are getting kind of serious. So I may look into that tomorrow. I may just go out there and be like, all right, guys, what do you think? And once I got my foot in the door there, I don't know. The other thing I want to do tomorrow is get my butt up to Salt Lake Community College and see if I can get registered for spring semester. It may be a little on the late side, but I really want to get started on the paralegal thing, if at all possible. I really, really do. it's hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard going to school and trying to work. But I think I'm going to try to just go half-time, at least for the first semester, and kind of see where things are at. Kind of see how I'm feeling about it after that. But I do have the immediate... Why the hell do I always get in the wrong lane? It's like a force of habit that I can't be in the right lane. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. It is a weird thing that I do, though. Like, whatever lane I know I'm ultimately going to need to be in, I'll, like, get in the other one. And I don't know why I do that. It's... Anyway. So yeah, gonna get up to community college. So I got a lot. I need to buy some new work shoes. My work shoes are falling apart. These are all things I need to do tomorrow. And I really am struggling still. I'm trying to just, pick myself up and kind of move on, but it's just, I don't know. Everything is just so damned hard right now. And a real significant part of that is just the fact that I have no freaking money. That I work all the time and I've got no money. I've got nothing to show for it. And I know that a lot of people are in that situation, but there's just, that age-old question of like, okay, well, what do we do about it? So, for my part, I'm going to try to I'm going to try and make some headway tomorrow, and we'll kind of see what happens. I don't know. Like I said, the Papa John's thing, and, it's probably a shot in the dark, but I don't know. Like, I know I'm not eligible for rehire at Domino's, which kind of sucks. It's also sort of comedic. I mean, I can't remember if I have it in my head I was talking about this to somebody. Maybe it was on one of the vlogs. I can't ever keep all this stuff straight in my mind, but, like, if you went and looked at the Yelp reviews of the Domino's store where I used to work at, it's pure comedy. Like, all the reviews are terrible. They're all just like, yeah, my pizza was cold and it was wrong and it was an hour late. That kind of stuff. And there's one review on there that mentions me by name. That's actually a good review. It was like, oh, Clayton was really nice and helpful and he should be promoted. So, but they don't want to hire me. They don't want to rehire me because I walked out. So, I wish they would, because I need the money. I need it so badly. But I guess that's the lesson we learn. I never should have agreed to go back into management. I did that once. I never should have done it again. I was losing so much sleep. There's no scenario that made that worth it. But our backs were kind of up against a wall, and I don't know. And Marco's, where I work at now, probably has the best pizza you're going to get as far as like this kind of stuff goes. It really is better than anybody else. But we haven't been around long enough. People don't know we're there, and so like business is picking up slowly. And it wouldn't surprise me if I stuck around for a year, I'd be back up to that $100 a day that I need to be making. But I can't wait that long. I can't, my credit card has a $500 limit, so that's kind of it. That'll do rent about once, and then, then I'm screwed. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next. And there are trivial things that I want. I want a PS4. I want Final Fantasy 15. The more I get on YouTube and I watch people playing Final Fantasy 15, and I'm just like, I have to get this game. I have to own this game. I just do. I don't have a choice in the matter. So, yeah. Anywho. Because the good news is Final Fantasy 15 isn't out yet, so I have some time to try and scrape together enough money to buy one of those freaking things. But, I don't know, it's been difficult, and I'm just trying to make my life work, and it's hard. It's really, really hard, and I don't know. it'd be weird going back to work for Papa John's. It'd be like going full circle. I first went to work for them in 2008 after I graduated college. I was kind of, being the strange, unusual person that I am, thinking about, well, what am I going to do with an associate's degree in English? There aren't a whole lot of job opportunities available for such a person. And at the time, I was pretty adverse to going to work in an office for a whole lot of reasons. I'm probably less averse to that now than I was at the time, but so it was just kind of like, okay, and I never intended for Papa John's to be a permanent thing. On the other hand, the money was so good, like at the time I was living at home, I could just work rush shifts, and I was making pretty decent money. I sort of wasn't getting anywhere, but it was okay, So it'd be weird. It'd be weird going back there, but I think it's just got to happen. I don't know that it's even possible. I guess step one is go in and find out if it's even an option. But and obviously I'd have to put in my 2 weeks notice where I'm at. So I don't know. I'm already like thinking about how this is going to pan out and how it's going to go and all this stuff. But I'll never know anything if I don't go in there and at least talk to him. So I think that's going to be the first step. Beyond that, I don't know. I gotta tell you, delivering pizzas is not my favorite thing, but if it got me through college, like if I could deliver pizzas and work on my paralegal and maybe even transition into a job that was, closer to what I want to do. And that's maybe the other thing I should do tomorrow is make some phone calls, because I do know some people who work in law offices, and they might, it's worth finding out, like, hey, is there an opening, and, would I be a good fit for any openings they do have? Anyway, because if I could do that, hell, and that would be fine. And I'd even keep working at Marco's if I got an office job. I'd keep working at Marco's as a rush driver at least until the end of the year, because I'm not going to be able to get into school till January, no matter what. That's best case scenario. So I've been thinking about all of these things, and I've been sort of horribly depressed thinking about them, and I've been kind of down lately. I got real sick on Tuesday. I don't remember if I've vlogged since then, but last Tuesday, I just got really sick, and this has been happening to me a lot lately too. And I know, like I'm eating like crap, and that probably doesn't help. But yeah, I just the only way to explain what happens to me is, despite not having had a drop of alcohol for however many days, 4 or 5 days, whatever, I get I'm hungover. Like, there's no other way to describe it. I'm hungover. I'm nauseous. I'm dizzy. I have a splitting headache. I can't get out of bed. If I try to get out of bed, like, the whole room spins, and I just lay there, and every time it happens, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not sick. I'm not, like, I don't have, like, a cold or a stomach bug or anything. I'm not hungover. I haven't, in order to be hungover, you have to have had alcohol the previous day, like it doesn't make sense, and yet it's happening. It's and God. So it's just, the whole thing is just it's weird, but it keeps happening. It's been happening for years now. Like, it's been happening since about 2012, maybe 2013. So this has been going on for a couple of years, and I don't know what's causing it. In fact, I remember at one point I was talking to this, I was hanging out with this gal who's diabetic, and I said, I wonder if that's what it is, if it's like some kind of diabetes thing, and like I've got my testing supplies, let's test your blood sugar right now, and we did, and she's like, no, you're exactly where you need to be. Your blood sugar's, like, you need to eat something, but other than that, you're right where you need to be. So, anyhow, that's all the ramblings about my life. I I do have tomorrow off, so you'll not see me tomorrow, but you will see me on Wednesday, and I'll see you then.